Okay, and yeah, I'm just going to get started. So our company is called Steadiwear, and our mission is to develop novel technologies for everyone who has essential tremor and enable individuals to go about daily activities without worrying about tremors. So I'll get started here with, there seems to be, yeah. So just a few fast facts about essential tremor. So it's the most common, as you know, the most common movement disorder in the world. The main symptom being uncontrollable hand tremors. It affects 230 million individuals worldwide. As you may know, about 67% of individuals experience functional disability. And of course, there are other factors that come in, such as social isolation, depression, and unemployment due to the condition, of course. And when we're going to quickly look at the continuum of care, which you're likely familiar with, starts with a diagnosis either at your family physician or a movement disorders neurologist. You've perhaps been prescribed first and second line medication as the first line, including perhaps propranolol or primidone. And if that doesn't work for you, you usually move to alternative therapies, which include a suite of devices and solutions. And naturally, the last stage is surgery, such as deep brain stimulation. So this is just a quick overview of what the current continuum of care is, and what we've done in the first few years of operating this company is we released the Steady-1. So the Steady-1 was the first experimental version we came up with, and we learned a great deal. We learned that the device has to be much lighter than it was. We had to simplify how the user wears it. We learned quite a bit from that release, and what we saw is that with the clinical trial we conducted on the Steady-1, we saw some good results in terms of how well it functions. 52% of individuals experienced significant improvements in daily activities. Now, once we released the units for individuals to use at home, we saw that the main impression was that the device was effective but too heavy, and that's the Steady-1. So what we learned is that the next generation, the Steady-2, had to incorporate all that feedback. So we actually made it really simple to wear. It's one step to wear. It can be used on both hands. It's easily detachable. It weighs about half the weight of the Steady-1, so it's 0.8 pounds. And we've reduced the price, of course, as much as we could. Now, the system is FDA registered, and we'll fill you in right now on how this technology works. So it was actually inspired by earthquake design. So usually in high-rise structures, engineers implement a device called a tuned mass damper, which is essentially a mass that moves against the motion of the building. So when the building is shaking, the mass will counteract it. Now, what we've done is we were inspired by that technology, and we've essentially miniaturized it and focused the efforts on targeting tremor frequency specifically. So the way it works, that vibrates in the opposite direction of tremor, and it's controlled by very specific custom-made magnets that we created. Yeah, it's quite simple. It's very similar to a seesaw you would see in a park. It essentially will move in the opposite direction of your tremor. Now, here is just a quick video on what some of our users experienced while wearing the device. Seems to be an issue with the video here. Sorry, just a moment. Let me get the video going. Okay, I'll play the video afterwards. There seems to be a small technical glitch, so I'll get back to the presentation and we can watch the video afterwards. So what we have seen with the Steady-2, we went through multiple phases of testing. In the first phase, we tested it with 20 volunteers, and we saw that the average reduction in tremor was about 65% in static tasks and dynamic tasks, such as eating, writing, and drinking. Now, we currently have over 750 individuals using the device, and we see that over 2/3 of them experience significant improvements in daily living activities, which is fantastic. 2 out of 3 individuals really benefit from the device. Now, the benefits you can experience from the study too, you'll see improved independence, where you can conduct your daily activities. We see ability to feed and to drink go up, reduced anxiety, increased confidence, and a big advantage of the device is that it has an unlimited usage. There's no batteries, so you'll be able to use it for as long as you see fit. Now, please note just that the study 2 will work better for some activities than others, depending on your unique tremor. So the way it's designed, it's targeting specific tremor directions and frequencies. So it may be more effective in some activities than others. So if you do try the device, do give yourself some time to try a variety of activities and before making a judgment on whether or not the device is right for you. So it's important that you give yourself some time with the device to see if it's a good fit for you. Now, we have, of course, there are a lot of different solutions on the market. There's the Trio, the Liftwear, and the Tremolo. And this is just a simple breakdown on, some factors. We have a success rate of 66%. There's no daily usage limit. The original price is $649, which is, slightly less pricey than other options. And of course, it weighs under a pound. Now, looking at what we currently have. So we're doing a flash sale for the month of February. So if you do decide to purchase the device this month, you'll get $250 off. So instead of purchasing it at $649, it'll be $399 all in, including shipping and returns. And of course, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. We want the device. We want you to be happy with the device. So from the day you receive it, you'll have 30 days to try it. And if you feel that it's not a good fit for you, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. Our objective is, of course, to have the device help you go through your daily activities. And if you feel like it's not the right fit for you, it's really at no financial risk. We'll give you a full refund. Okay. That concludes the presentation. Would love to open it up to questions from everybody.
Thank you very much, Mark. What I'll be doing here is, if anybody has any questions, feel free to just go off mute and ask, or raise your hand. There's an option to raise hand in Zoom. Alternatively, you can also drop your question in the chat. So I see that Denton and Marie have a question there. Can you go off mute there? Thank you.
Yes, I tend to speak for my wife. She's the actual one that's using it. Put your hand up where you can see it. If it does help her, as you well know it does, but the problem she's having with it is this adjustment thing prevents her from resting her hand down to right. So it really doesn't work when she tries the right.
I see.
And a different design for the glove would be much appreciated. Something that we use like a Velcro strap, like those weighted gloves do, or something like that.
That's a great comment, and we've heeded this advice. So we've actually developed an updated glove, and we've eliminated that knob. So we have a few prototypes on hand. Because we've received this feedback multiple times. So I'll be happy to send, Marie, you're not alone. We know the knob's been a problem. So we're happy to send over one of the devices, one of the gloves without the knob for you to try out. Yeah, we're happy to do that. We only have a few on hand. We're still, optimizing it, but, we'd love to hear your feedback. So I'm happy to send one over.
She has a very small hand. She's a very tiny.
So it's a small. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we have those.
Yeah, she uses the smallest weighted gloves that you can buy.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll send over a small, and we'd love to hear what you think about it. We're still optimizing it.
Yeah, you should have us on file.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll make note of that, and and we'll send one over. And anyone here as well who has an issue with the knob, let us know, and we can send over the upgraded glove itself. We're happy to.
Good morning. This is Dwayne. I don't have, I can't find the hand to wave. So I also have the exact same issue. One of my biggest problems is writing, and the knob definitely is a problem. And I would definitely like to try a different glove. Right now, I'm still on my 30-day trial. So I'd like to make sure that that extends beyond the, once I get the new glove to try it. And then, can you explain to me, I am retired. I like to do a lot of home remodeling. And one of the things you mentioned in the information that came with the device was not to use it around power tools. And so I'm, I like to do, table saws, things of that nature. So I've not tried it because you guys recommended not to, and I'd like to know why.
Absolutely. Let me address both points. So first of all, happy to send you a knobless glove as I mentioned. So we'll make a note of that, and we'll send one over to you. And we'd love to see how how much easier it is for you to write without the knob. Now, when it comes to power tools, the reason we put that is the device operates with a rare earth magnet. So it's really just a safety concern. If you're using any form of power tools, we don't want any magnetic interference that can cause your hand to, the power tool you're using to attach to the device. That's our fear. But again, you can use your best judgment there. Just be aware that there is, and the reason we put those disclaimers is because it is a magnetized device. So it's just a safety concern that we addressed.
Okay, thanks.
Sure thing. Anyone else, guys? Any questions? Anyone need a knobless glove? Please do let us know, and we can make that happen for you.
Mark, you've got a question in the chat box.
Oh, yeah, look here. Okay, could it be worn while playing tennis? I don't see why not. I think one thing to keep in mind, the device is safely harnessed on the hand, but if you are playing tennis, I play a little bit of tennis. I'm terrible at it, but when you're serving the ball, it is a quick movement. So sometimes quick movements, if they're too fast, perhaps the device can fall off. I don't think it will, but just be aware of that. But there is no reason you can't use it while playing tennis. I mean, yeah, it seems fine to me. Just be careful with the quick movements, because we don't want the device to fall off your hand. That would be what I'd say. Yeah.
You've got another one in the chat box.
Yeah. Can you talk about the future development for Parkinson's patients? Absolutely, June. Thanks for your question. So currently, we're developing, we're further developing a variant for Parkinson's disease. So we found out shortly after releasing and testing that the device is much less effective, actually ineffective in Parkinson's disease, but it's effective in essential tremor. So if you've been on our newsletter, we are developing that version. We're currently in alpha testing. So we test the devices on mechanical rigs, and we have volunteers coming in the month of April. To validate the results we're getting. So we are making progress there. But yeah, and come April, I'll have more conclusive results to share with everyone. So please stay tuned, and I will I will be sending a technical update email in April but we are working on it, rest assured. Yeah.
Mark, this is Dwayne again. One of the things that I noticed is to feel comfortable with the glove, I had to make it relatively tight.
Okay.
And it felt like it actually bruised the top of my hand.
The top of your hand on this side or on the dorsal side?
What you call the dorsal side.
Oh, so it's the side here. So on the top. Yeah. Okay. So you felt the bruising here specifically, or was it on the palm?
No, it was on the top or the dorsal side.
Okay. Okay. Was it more around the thumb area? Any specific area?
It kind of definitely the thumb area and just the dorsal side of the hand itself.
Okay. I see. So can I ask how tight when you're tightening it, is it snug but comfortable, or do you feel like you have to go you have to over tighten it a little bit?
No, I just make it snug to comfortable.
Okay. Okay. And it's still creating pressure on your dorsal side and your thumb.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's see, because we've made some adjustments with a knobless glove on the comfort side as well. So when you do receive it, let us know if that problem still persists. We'd love to hear feedback on that, specifically with the updated glove. So let's do it that way, Denton. We'll send over the glove and let us know if that problem is still there.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another question here. Have you had much experience with people using two of them, one on each hand?
Yeah, we have a few individuals who use it on both hands. I mean, it's quite similar to having it on one hand, but you'd be able to use both at the same time.
Yeah, because her problem is that her left hand starts shaking so much that it causes the right one to get worse.
Oh, I
She's
see.
had a procedure, radiation thing that helped the right hand some.
Right.
And if she can sit on her left hand, then she's a little steadier on the right. Once the left hand's out there, then the right one starts trying to match it. And so I told her that if this thing works out for her, I'll buy her another one for the other hand.
Yeah, no, I understand. I think wearing it on both hands, there's no issue with that. But yeah, if you'd like to purchase another one, that's fine. But there's no issues with using it on both at all. So Jill, I see here, Jill is asking, is there anyone on the call who is happy with the results from using this device? So if anyone is, perhaps share with Jill. Sorry, Denton, you're on mute.
I was just commenting to her that she's mostly happy with it, but except for the problem with the glove, and being able to actually use it the right. And even when she's trying to use her mouse on the computer or something, it kind of, we're looking forward to that new glove.
Yeah, will do. Well, you'll receive it, no problem. Okay. Okay, guys. If anyone has any more questions, please do let us know, in the chat, or feel free to go off mute and let us know. Otherwise, in summary, please do stay tuned for an update on future developments. I will send a technical update in 2 months with details on timelines and results for the Parkinsonian version. As for essential tremor, I'll be sending, we'll be sending the updated knobless gloves to everyone here who asked for it. And of course, if you guys have any questions or concerns in the meantime, Emil can share the phone number to call us at and the email in the chat, so you can make note of that.
Hello,
Yes, hello.
this is Carla, and I just haven't been able to use it really at all for anything. I was so excited, and I waited so long to get it. And
Yeah.
then I thought, oh, good, now I can put my makeup on without holding my right hand with my left hand, but that didn't work. The only thing I can really do is cut the back of my hair where I couldn't before. My hand just I was afraid I was going to cut my ear off. So for some reason, it works for that. But if I reach my hands up to the front of my head, it really doesn't help drinking a glass of water.
Understood. I'm sorry to hear that. So just a
So
quick
I'm
question.
just frustrated because
No, I
I
understand.
feel like I'm doing something wrong.
No, you're not. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, it works and about 66% of users. So, it's possible that your tremor the device may be incompatible with your tremors in some instances. I have to ask, have you used it on mode 2 as well as mode 1? Have you tried both of them?
I've tried both.
Okay.
The one you said to start on didn't seem to do any. Was that 2 I was supposed to start on, or 1?
So I mean, yeah, you can start on at 2 or at 1. It's as long
Anyways,
as
I have tried them both,
Okay.
and it just, in fact, what does seem to work a little bit is putting it on my left wrist,
Okay.
and that seems to control my right wrist.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
I'm not sure we've
Nobody's
done
probably
before,
tried.
but I mean, look, here's a suggestion. Since it's not working on mode 1 or 2, or maybe it's working in some instances, perhaps
Yeah.
try moving the dial in between 1 and 2 and see if that's doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
it's hard for me to understand compatibility without visually
Right.
seeing your tremor.
But
But yeah,
my tremor isn't as bad as what I
Yeah.
see on some people. Like, I can do up buttons and those kind of things.
right.
So I just thought, well, it would work more easily on me than somebody that's really shaking.
Yeah,
But
understood.
I don't
Understood.
know.
Yeah, so try and move the dial in between and
Okay.
see if that helps. And you had mentioned that you wanted it for the makeup, right?
Right. Well, that would have been nice.
That would have been
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so yeah, and we'll take that into account and we'll see if we can incorporate that into our pipeline as well. So we'll keep you posted if with developments. So we have a research and development team that are working on several things. Naturally, the first thing we're working on is the Parkinsonian version, but we have a few things in the pipeline, still in the early stages. But we'll certainly keep you posted. Okay.
Okay.
If you can
Could
make
I get one of those gloves as well in a very small size?
Can I ask for your order number or your last name?
Furman.
Furman. Okay, I got it.
Furman
Thank you.
in an extra small, like the
Okay.
other. Okay. Well,
Thank you.
thank you
No problem.
so
No problem.
much.
Our pleasure.
Well, thank you, Mark, for tuning in.
Good thing.
I'm just reviewing here to see in the chat if there's anything else that anybody would like to add. I see Jill addressing the Essential Tremor website, ITF. I'll also drop that asset into the chat. And conclude with that note. I appreciate you all for joining. Thank you so much. This has been recorded. Will be available on YouTube in a couple of days. If you do have any questions for us, you know where to find us. Simply email us at info@steadiwear.com or give us a call at 888-5050-992, and we'd be happy to respond to you. Thanks again for your purchases, your support, and we look forward to having you try out our new devices in the future.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
All right.
And,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And yeah, we'll have those updated items to you soon. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.